Hey guys, what up? It's TV here again today, and today I'm back with another Madden mobile video on my channel. Now, for today's video, guys, I want to have an in-depth guide of how to get the two Grandmasters for the draft promo. We have two different Grandmasters, in Ezekiel, Elliott, and Aaron Donald, and they both have two different paths to be able to get to them. So I'm going to be kind of breaking down this whole promo and showing you guys which one is easier and how to complete both paths. You can't do both at all, but you can choose one or the other, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do each of those. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn my post notifications so you never miss any of my videos. Today's post notification shout out goes out to Andrew Sheen. There's a stat on YouTube that says about 80% of you guys that are watching my channel are not subscribed. So if that's you, make sure to hit my subscribe button so you don't miss any of my content. So, the draft promo came out yesterday for you guys. I'm recording this on the first day it came out, on Friday. So, today's video we're going to be talking about how to get the draft Grandmasters. I will say that this is probably one of the more confusing promos we've had this year because there's so much here. But I'm here to, kind of help you guys out, break that down a little bit so it makes it look a little bit easier. So, there's two different ways you can approach this promo with two different masters. So first of all, we have a scheme select Ezekiel Elliott Grandmaster, and you get him by completing 3 draft master sets. As you can see, I've already done one. I'll show you guys how I did that in a second here. And then the other one is Aaron Donald, and you need a draft shields to be able to get those. Draft shields are claimed by doing sets here. The top 10 players that are going to get selected in this year's draft, but you can only do the first 4. So obviously the 100 one is going to be a little bit more expensive. So for this, to get to Aaron Donald, really your best bet is to pick 2, 3, and 4. If you want number 1, or if you want 100 overall, if you want number 1, then you can go for that. But really, you only need to do 2, 3, and 4 to be able to get Aaron Donald right there. So 3 masters, 3 99 players you need to get for each player, and let's kind of talk about how you're going to do that. So I'm going to leave a link to a Reddit post I made for Madden Mobile, which included a bunch of math that, with the promo and how that's all going to turn out and everything like that. So Ezekiel Elliott is going to be getting these masters, the 99 masters first. So you need to complete 3 of these. These masters require 2 90+ draft players and a bunch of kind of late round picks for this first round, anywhere from 10 to 32 late round picks. So you need to complete 3 of these. With those 90s, it's pretty simple to get for the most part. The 90s, you're going to need some round 2 to 3, so some late round badges, and 5 of the 85+ overalls. Now, the biggest thing about these is, really, you can do everything. You can pull everything that you need for this. So you can trade in a lot of the late round picks, because there's collectibles for round 2 and 3, 4 and 5, and 6 and 7. You're going to be trading in a lot of those different ones to be able to get some players. Like, for example, all of these are going to be traded in for 85 pluses. And I will say that you're going to need a lot of 80 pluses. And in total, you're going to need 102 85 pluses to be able to get this master. And that's, if you're trading everything in, or if you even buy all of those. Obviously, that's not reasonable. It's going to be like 8 million coins or even more than that. You're going to be able to pull a lot of these in some of the live events and everything like that. So, really, you're going to be playing a lot of the live events and trading in for players like that. So, it's, for the most part, pretty simple. You're getting a lot of the collectibles. You get the 2 and 3, 4 and 5, and 6 and 7 collectibles from live events. So, I'm actually going to do a couple live events right now. I'm going to trade in some stamina here. This is the best way, really a really good way. I will show you guys. You're going to be doing the Road to the Draft Blitz, which is in Madden today. So for your events, you have a couple different events here. Nothing on the right is unlocked right now. So at the top, there's going to be draft stock blitz events, and there's also going to be a draft, what do they call it? Draft standouts event. The draft standout event actually doesn't count towards the other players, so kind of stay away from that. Maybe do the first wins or whatever. So there's draft stock events and there's the prospect events. So here's how this works. So the draft stocks reset, I think, 3 times a day each at different times, and you get, at the first try, you get 2 of each of those late round picks, and after that, you can get a couple of those late round picks. So I'm actually going to I'll do 2 events here, because I'll be able to do a number 1 prospect event. So 2 win packs. So you're going to be getting 10 draft stock points every time you do this. You want to do this event really as much as possible for the first time. Sometimes you're going to be getting multiple badges, as you can see here. Sometimes you're going to get 85 plus players, which are very, very crucial to the promo. So these events are 50 Road to the Draft stamina. Like I said, you want to get as much draft stock points as possible, because with this achievement thing here, you're going to be upgrading the number 1 prospect event. You start with the first round prospect, you play that event once, then you do the draft stock blitz a bunch. If it'll bring up, yeah, there we go. So top 10 prospect, you want to get it down as low as possible. So you're trying to get to play those draft stock events as much as possible. Now, I had a lot of extra Road to the Draft players on my bench, which I exchanged for stamina, which is why I already completed these. But your goal is to get up to the number 1 prospect event. It's still the 80 stamina, but it gives you better rewards. You can now see yourself, blah, blah, blah. This event has a chance at the number 1 pick badge and more. So mainly you're going to be getting a lot of 85 plus players in these packs, which is very crucial to the promo. As you can see here, we're going to get 1 and we're going to get 2 to 3 rounds. I haven't gotten lucky and pulled anything good out of these events yet, but you do have a chance to be able to pull some good stuff. But 85 pluses are very crucial to the promo because you need so many of them. So I'm not exactly sure which one you should really grind. I would say grind the draft stock blitz until you have enough to get the number 1 prospect event. After that, I feel like the draft prospect events, the number 1 prospect event is going to be your best bet on playing events and everything like that. So you're really only going to be getting a few different items. You're going to be getting, like I said, the 2 and 3, the 4 and 5, and the 6 and 7 round picks. You have a chance at getting the other picks to get the Aaron Donald, which we'll talk about here in a second. And then you also are going to be getting 85 plus players, which is really used for both sets. So a quick recap of Ezekiel Elliott. You want to complete 3 of these draft masters right here. You need 90 plus players first. So the 90 plus players you're going to trade in by getting a lot of these packs and items that you're going to be able to get from the live events. Then you're also going to need to trade up for some of these picks. You're going to be needing to get 21 to 32, which you can also trade in from items you're going to get from those events. And the same thing with 11 to 20, items you can get from the events, but you also have to trade in some more things for that. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it's needed, and that's what you can get. You can get that all from the live events, and you just got to complete 3 of the 99 masters. Next is the Aaron Donald, and this one you cannot get yet, but it is possible, obviously. So we have 3 different things. So basically, like I said, you're gonna get a draft shield when you complete any one from 1 through 4 overall pick. Like I said, the 100 is a little bit more expensive, so your best bet is to go with 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna be able to you're gonna need a lot of 90 plus players, which is 15 in total, plus the picks. You're gonna need pick 2, 3, and 4. They 2, 3, and 4 all have the same requirements. You're going to need 3 of those 85 plus draft players, 20 of those 2 through 3 round pick badges, which once again is easy to complete, but the main thing is you need to work down. So what you're really going to start to do is you're going to get one of these picks right here, which you kind of need for the Elliott anyways. Once you use that, you're going to go down here, to the top 10 pick, or 9 or 8. And what you can do is you can trade these in for any of those. They kind of go in groupings. So 1 is by itself, then it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. For 5, 6, 7, you can trade in 1 of those badges. So you can kind of work your way down. You start with at 11 to 20. You go to the 10 or the 8 or the 9. You trade in the extra stuff like the 1 85 plus draft player and the 24 to 5 round badges, which is pretty simple to do. Then you can trade it down for a 5, 6, and 7 pick, and so on, and then that can trade into a 2, 3, and 4. So that's really how you can do that, and it's pretty straightforward. And then you can get those picks, which eventually can be, thrown in here with the other diamonds, which is the same way of getting the Ezekiel Elliott right here with this set, with the 2 to 3 rounders and the 85 plus draft players. Once again, you're going to need a lot of those draft players and a lot of those collectibles, and the draft players you're going to need in total 111 draft players for the Aaron Donald, but you're only going to need 375 other badges. This is minus the 85 draft players. That's on top of the 85 draft players. You're going to need another 377 total badges, and what I mean by the badges is I mean the 2 to 3, the 4 to 5, and the 5 to and the 6 to 7 badges. Now there are some sets that are going to help you out, such as this round trade-in. You can trade in 2 of any. Like for example, for the Ezekiel Elliott's, you're only going to need 30 of those 2 to 3 round badges in total for the entire Ezekiel Elliott. You're going to need 120 round 4 to 5 and 240 round 6 to 7. This is all off my Reddit post. So that means you can trade in a lot of these and help out and get more badges of those later round picks. And that's going to be pretty helpful for you guys for sure. Now, like I said, the biggest thing with your stamina is play this draft, Road to the Draft Blitz event here. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to waste gems and stamina right now, but you want to play this as much as possible because you're not using this stamina for the promo, you're using promo stamina. So you can use that to get as many Road to the Draft players as you can, and with those Road to the Draft players, you're going to scroll all the way down and trade them in for the Road to the Draft stamina, and with that, obviously, you're going to be playing a lot more events and getting a lot more collectibles, players, and stuff needed to get those 99s. If you want to go for the draft standouts, you can, and then eventually work your way up to a 100 overall Aaron Donald, 100 overall, we're guessing Joe Burrow at the 100 overall spot, the number 1 spot, and the rest of the first round picks if you want to do that yourself. That is my draft breakdown guide. If you have any questions about it at all, please leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer if you need any clarification or anything, but I hope I did a good job of explaining that and being clear. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's just about it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm the Goose TV, and I'm out. I'll see you guys later.